Using the power of the PlayStation 5 to its fullest, the game delivers an expansive, thrilling gameplay experience which we liken to a high-speed roller coaster ride.
Well, that was from the State of Play. Final Fantasy 16 using the PlayStation 5 to its fullest. And today the game came out. Yesterday the reviews came out. Reviewing highly. It was great. And then everybody start talking about the performance of the game and how bad it runs. And then you think back to them saying they're using the full power of the PlayStation 5. And you're like, there's no fucking way the same PlayStation 5 that God of War runs on, that The Last of Us from Naughty Dog runs on, that Insomniac's Spider-Man runs on, is having to push 720p 60 frames, bro. And this is not me talking down on Final Fantasy 16, because the people that played it, the reviewers, they loved the game. A lot of reviewers gave them a pass on all the performance problems and just talked about the game as a fan. And they gave them bitches hundreds, 90s, crazy. And then there's some critics that judge the whole game, the whole package that they got, from the good, the bad, the ugly. And they put that shit together and they gave them 80s. Fucking somebody gave them a 60 because they're like, this shit is not as good as people say it is. And it averaged out to like an 80 something. And there were Sony fans literally pissed that some people didn't like the game and didn't give that bitch 100 because it wasn't a great experience for them. And then there's Xbox fans that's on there like, how the hell you get this game 100 when it's literally running like trash? 90% of them are going to play it at 30 frames anyway. 90% of them are going to play it at 30 frames anyway. There's going to be the most consistent experience across the board. Anybody that wanted to play it higher, they had to suffer. And the ones that gave the game lower scores are the ones that suffer through the fucking game. Because they're playing an action RPG with 90% action, 10% RPG, trying to play at a high frame rates because that's what you usually want to play dash and high flashy action games in. And you're playing this bitch at 35 frames. You're playing this bitch at 40 frames until you're fighting. And then your game looks like a potato. But it feels better. It feels better to fight than it does to walk around. And you're like, this is a weird ass feeling. Digital Foundry comes out and explains why that feeling is so weird. Because it literally drops to 720p to push the frame rate up to 60, and then it goes back to 1080p, and you're running at 45 frames per second. And it's like, damn. But this is why when Starfield came out and they said we're locking in at 4K 30 frames, 1440p 30 on the Series S. And people were pissed. Why don't you give us the option? Final Fantasy 16 is the perfect example of that option being forced upon you. When it's not forced upon you, and you can decide, do I want my game to look like this? Do I want my game to look like this? I don't think Final Fantasy had an option from Sony. They need 60 frames mode. Performance mode got to be there. People want that. And then they had to put it in there. And what did they have to do to get it? 720p. 720 fucking p. Everybody's engine doesn't scale the same. Everybody's engine isn't built the same. Everybody's engine doesn't have lumen and nanite like fucking Unreal Engine 5. So they literally have to force their games, force their engines to adapt to this system. And every engine doesn't adapt the same. So Insomniac's engine does. God of War engine kinda does. Because we saw what it looks like in performance mode. It doesn't look as good as 4K 30 frames from fucking Santa Monica. It doesn't look as good. But Naughty Dog does the 30 frames thing perfectly fine. Because their games are highly detailed. But I mean, when you drop it to, 1080p 60, it's 1080p 60. The detail is still mostly there. But like, they said they pulled everything out of the PlayStation 5 they could. They literally told us that either they were lying or this is literally the truth in front of us. But they had to destroy their fucking image of the game to do that. At least it didn't hurt their Metacritic score. But like, as a fan of games and as a fan of like art in general, do you really think the creators of this game wanted their game to be out there at 720p? All the detail and art and shit that they put into this game, their heart and soul went into this fucking game. I don't even like Final Fantasy. I ain't played a Final Fantasy game since 15 because I didn't fucking like it. To think that they had to put this out there. And now there's literally gonna be people holding up their fucking work, looking like a potato, looking like nothing that they designed at all, and be like, this is Final Fantasy 16. Nobody wants that. No artist wants that. Not a single fucking one wants that. But they had to put it out there. And then all the critics are saying, hey, just play that shit at 30 frames. But Starfield was bad for only having 30 frames. Everybody's like, where's my options? Where's my options? Fuck that. Nigga, fuck the option, bro. Because if Todd is going to put his heart and soul into some work, and he's like, I'm giving you the best possible version of this game I possibly can. The version I want people to play and want people to see is 30 frames. He's putting that out there. People are pissed. He's an artist. He wants you to see his best fucking work. He don't want people going around holding up his fucking work 720p 60 because he had to. No, I don't want to deal with that shit either. If he puts it only at 30 frames, and that's what 90% of the people are going to play it at, 30 fucking frames, that's fine, bro. If PC people want to potato the fucking game to play it at 60, that's fine. Or if you want to build a fucking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 rig to run this bitch at the full capability you can, that's an option. But that's a PC option. That's always been a PC option. When Final Fantasy comes to PC, you're going to see the real Final Fantasy 16. You're going to see the real Final Fantasy 16. And that's never been a bad thing into this generation of gaming for some reason. It is so strange how this next gen hardware shit has really destroyed the minds of gamers everywhere. Destroyed the minds of gamers everywhere. Because nobody understands how technology works anymore, bro. There's PC niggas saying like, oh, console players should just have the options PC do. That's not how consoles work, bro. There's never been how consoles work. There's never going to be how consoles work. If you start scaling things back and forth and up and down, the artist would never have consistent artwork for anybody to experience, bro. That's like movie creators right now letting you swap characters out. They cast all these people. They got everybody acting perfect. And then you like, oh, I don't want that actor in there. Let me just switch a different actor in and fill that spot in. And then just let you just customize the fucking movie for yourself. That's not what they want you to see. That's not what they want to convey. That's not the message they want to give you. And people just really don't understand it. Everybody's so self-inclined to be like, I'm spending money. I deserve to play it how I want to. No, you don't. You don't deserve anything, bro. You have the privilege and the right to buy this. But if you don't want to buy it because it's not for you, they don't have to make it for you to buy the thing. No, go find something that's for you then. If Final Fantasy 16 could have came out a pristine game that didn't have to have 60 frames mode, and it would have been better overall, it would have been the same fucking experience, just running a lot better all the time and not just consistently breaking, because even 30 frames mode is kind of broken because I had to make a 60 frames mode. So everything's scaling up and down in the background. No, they didn't have to do that. They shouldn't have had to do that. And now there's going to be a narrative all over the place. And I'm like, that's fucked. I mean, if Starfield comes out a rock solid 30 frames per second, that's all we fucking need. That's all you fucking need. But, I mean, I ranted on, bro. I ranted on. I probably shouldn't have. But it's just sad to see because he literally said, hey, the full extent of the PlayStation 5. And I'm like, damn, that makes Square look so bad, bro. It makes Square look so bad, even though the game scored high. Looking at the game, it makes Square look so bad because 720p, 60 on a game that on the box said 8K, bro. And it's like, what happened? What happened? Frame rate fucking happened, bro. Particle effects happened. Fucking monster fucking Archon battles happened, bro. They wanted to do more. And they're like, damn, this hardware wasn't ready for more. It was ready for more of the same. It wasn't ready for the next thing. It was never ready for the next thing. And I mean, now people have to really understand that. So I'm gonna end this right here, bro. I was just ranting on, bro, because that's just sad to see. Even though I know I'm not gonna play Final Fantasy, it's just another third person action game to me. It's just sad to see that this is how they had to go. This is how they had to come in. Their fans are still gonna enjoy the game. That is good. The game's still probably gonna sell well. It's probably gonna score well, which it already has. Is it going to be a Game of the Year candidate? Who knows? Because there's so many games rated way above it now that, like, I mean, who knows? But as long as their fans enjoy the game and Square Enix doesn't fucking hold this against them, then the next Final Fantasy game is going to be better. Hopefully it's not stuck on the PlayStation 5, though. Because this is what the PlayStation 5 gave y'all for Final Fantasy. Some people are going to like it. Some people didn't fucking like it. And that's going to be the consensus for all these games coming out from here on out. If you want to do more in gaming, you're gonna get gutted for consoles, bro. They're getting gutted for consoles because PCs are just so much stronger. Building these games is so much easier on PC. And I said this in my last video that, like, when I first seen this, you could tell it was a port, bro. This wasn't a game just built on a PS5 dev kit. Because they knew they wanted more from this game than what the PS5 could offer. But when they ported it, this is as much as the PlayStation 5 they could get running. Damn, bro. Damn, but yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.